Good morning to all. Welcome to class 11th Economics. Revision of Microeconomics. Chapter Theory of Demand. As you know that we people are having 4 chapters in our May UT syllabus. 2 from Microeconomics and 2 from Statistics in Economics. From Microeconomics we have Theory of Demand and Elasticity of Demand. And from Statistics Economics we have first 2 chapters, that is Introduction of Statistics in Economics and Collection of Data. So statistics we have already revised also 2-3 times, but now I'm taking the revision of the microeconomics, the main chapter, that is Theory of Demand. The very first question arises, what is meant by demand? What is meant by demand? The very first question arises this. What is meant by demand? Now, who is going to explain me what is demand? Simple definition of demand I want to ask from you people. Simple definition. What is meant by demand? Okay, many of you have raised your hands. I would like to get the answer from Anshika Garg. Yes, Anshika, speak.
Sir, demand the quantity of a commodity that a consumer is willing to buy at a particular price is known as demand.
Yes, which means the demand can be simply explained as the quantity of a commodity which a consumer is willing to buy at a particular price and at a point of time, a period of time. So the second question arises, what factors are there which can affect the demand of the commodity? Which means what are the factors that affects the demand of the commodity, which we call what are the determinants of demand? Which means demand is affected by how many factors? Yes, Ambika.
Yes, sir.
Ambika, but first of all, tell me, why were you absent yesterday?
So there was network error. It was showing again and again. I tried so many times.
Okay. So what are the factors affecting demand of the commodity?
So factors are first, price of the given commodity, second, price of the related goods, third, income of the consumer, and fourth, taste and preferences.
Okay. So price of the given commodity, how, just explain me only this point, how price of the given commodity affects the demand of the commodity.
Sir, the price and the quantity of the demands are inverse in relationship. It means as price increases, the quantity demanded falls. Quantity demand falls due to decrease in its level of consumers.
Okay. So that means we can simply say that the price and the demand of the commodity have inverse relation with one another. That if the price of commodity will increase, its demand will fall. Whereas if price of the commodity will fall, its demand will increase. Can you say which law states this?
Sir, law of demand.
Yes, so law of demand is also there, which states the same thing. So just raise your hand for the other. The second factor that can affect the demand of the commodity. First factor is being explained by Ambika, that the price, its own price affects the demand. The second I would like to ask from Ankita Singh. Yes, Ankita.
The second one is taste and preferences. If a consumer likes the taste of the commodity, he or she will prefer to buy the commodity and the demand will rise. Then if he or she doesn't like or prefer to buy, the demand will increase for that commodity.
So taste and preferences is the second factor which affects the demand of the commodity. That if a consumer likes the taste of the commodity, of course, there would be more demand in the economy. And if the consumer does not like the taste of the commodity, there would be less demand of the economy, of the commodity in the economy. So we can simply say that there is a positive relation between taste and preferences and the demand for that commodity, right? Both of them have a positive relation. Okay. Third feature, third determinant of demand. The next one or third determinant which can affect the demand of commodity, I'll go with Khushi Arya.
Third factor is our prices of the related goods. Prices of the related goods are of two types: substitute goods and complementary goods. Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of one another for satisfaction of our need. For example, tea and coffee. And second is our complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are used together. For example, pen and ink. The substitute goods has direct relation with the demand, and the complementary goods has the inverse relation.
Okay, so we can clearly say that the demand is also affected by the nature of the or the price of the related goods. Related goods means related goods are of two types ultimately. When we say the related goods, these are the substitutes or complementary. Substitute goods means the goods which can be used in place of one another. For example, tea or coffee, और उसके अलावा we have Pepsi or Limca, right? So if any of the one commodity's price rises, the demand for the other commodity falls. But if I talk about the next one, which is the ultimately complementary goods, which are joined, which are used together, combined together to give a satisfy want, and these things are basically in a nature that if one of the price will increase, definitely it is going to impact the other's demand in a negative way, that its demand will fall. So they have the negative relation with one another. Next one, tell me what is the next factor determinant of demand? Darshika Jain.
Sir, the next factor is income of the consumer. Demand for a commodity is affected by the income of the consumer in two ways. If the given commodity is a normal good, then an increase in income leads to rise in the demand. And if the given commodity is an inferior good, then an increase in income reduces its demand.
Okay. So now I would like to ask all these factors together from one student, where he'll be explaining me all the factors, all the determinants that can affect the demand of the commodity in a combined way, and will be explained by Namish Jalan. Namish, over to you.
The first factor is the price of the commodity. When, according to the law of demand, when the price of the commodity rises, then the demand falls.
Namish, just switch on your webcam, please. Now explain.
The first,
Namish, nice shirt. घर पे भी इतने अच्छे कपड़े पहन के बैठे हैं.
अच्छे कपड़े नहीं है.
ऐसे चलो, बताओ, टॉपिक बताओ.
The first factor is the price of the commodity. According to the law of demand, when the price of the commodity rises, the demand falls, and when the price of the commodity decreases, then the demand rises. For example, if the price of the apple rises by 10 rupees, then the demand will fall by 10%.
Okay.
And then the second factor is the price of related goods. But in the case of in the price of related goods, there are two scenarios: substitute goods and the complementary goods. Substitute goods are those goods which are used alternately in the place of
one another.
For example, pen and pencil. When the demand of the pen, when due to any reason, if the price of the pen rises, then the demand for pencils will increase. Then and then in second scenario, it is complementary goods. Complementary goods are those goods which are used which are used with the with the with the goods. For example, pen and ink. If the and they have in and if the pen and ink and if the pen prices of the pen rises, then the demand for the ink will fall, and if the price of the ink rises, demand for pen will fall too. And the third is
Okay.
and it is like income of the consumer. uh, in the in the income of the consumer, there are two scenarios too: inferior goods and normal goods. In case of normal goods, when the uh, uh, in case of normal goods, the income is directly proportional to the goods demanded. For example, the in, increase in for example, increase in income of the consumer will lead to the demand of more full cream milk. And
Okay.
and second is inferior goods. In case of inferior goods, the demand is inversely proportional to the income of the consumer. For example, uh, for example, if the income of the consumer rises, then the demand of double tone milk will fall.
Okay.
And the fourth is taste and preferences. In taste and preferences, the quantity, the consumer demand is also affected by the taste and preferences of the consumer. If the consumer like that commodity, then the demand of the commodity will rise, and the consumer, if doesn't like that commodity, the demand of the commodity will fall. And
Fine. Very good explanation, Namish. I would like to clap for you, no doubt, because you have explained all 4 points in a very well manner, properly explained. Now let's move to the next topic. Uh, tell me about law of demand. Just raise your hands and tell me about law of demand. You have to just tell me what is law of demand, how is law of demand related to price, and what are the assumptions to law of demand. So altogether, you have to explain me all these things, right? And I would like to ask this from, let's say, Dhruv Bansal. Dhruv Bansal. Over
Yes,
to you,
sir.
Dhruv.
Sir, law of demand states that a price has inverse relationship with the demand, keeping the other factor constant,
Okay.
and in which the price of substitute goods and complementary goods does not change, income of
Hmm.
the consumer does not change, and taste and preferences remain same.
So tell me, what kind of relation do you think we have with price? I mean, price and quantity have what kind of relation?
Sir, they have a inverse relation.
Okay, fine. They have an inverse relation. Tell me, what are the assumptions that we need to take before writing the law of demand?
The price of substitute goods and complementary goods does not change,
Okay,
income of the consumer remains same, and
okay,
taste and preferences should not change.
perfect. Which means all the factors which we are writing, all the determinants affecting the demand which we are writing will not change is the major assumption that we are taking in the demand. Perfect, fine. Good, Dhruv. Now let's move to the other student who will just tell me that what is demand schedule and what is demand diagram. You'll tell me what is demand schedule and what is demand diagram. Kushi, you tell me.
So demand schedule reflects the inverse relationship between price and quantity of demand in a tabular representation.
Okay. Which means we can simply say that the quantitative or the tabular presentation affecting the demand of the commodity and price is ultimately the demand schedule. And what will be the demand diagram?
So the demand diagram represents that how much quantity, how much demand diagram represent that the how much demand have increased and how much demand have decreased by the diagrams.
Simply, the diagrammatic presentation of law of demand or the diagrammatic presentation showing different demand at different prices is ultimately known as the demand diagram. All right. So my very next question is that what are the basically exceptions to law of demand? Exceptions to law of demand means where the law of demand does not work or does not apply. Yash Arora. हाँ जी यश. यश आपने बहुत देर से हाथ खड़ा किया हुआ था. अभी जब मैंने आपको अनम्यूट किया तो यू आर नॉट स्पीकिंग. गुड. यश. So my question was that what are the exceptions to law of demand, which means the exceptions where we'll say that law of demand does not apply, जहाँ पे law of demand apply नहीं करेगा, that we have to see. And this question answer I want from many people have raised their hands. Okay, let me see. But every time I would not be asking from the same person. I want others to also answer this question. Some. Some unmute नहीं हो पा रहे हैं. Okay. What about Samir Goel?
So exception of law of demand, first is status symbol goods, second is fear of shortage, third is
Explain भी करना बेटे one by one.
सर अभी कर दूंगा, पहले points
Okay, okay. पहले points बता दो.
Third is fashion related goods, fifth is necessity of life, sixth is change in weather, and sixth is ignorance. First is status symbol goods, goods that increase or build up their status in the society are known as status symbol goods. For example, an Audi car is of 1 crore rupees, and then it falls the price to the 1 lakh. The demand will decrease, and there will direct relationship between them.
Okay.
In fear of shortage, if the consumer accept scarcity of the particular commodity in the future, then they would start buying more and more product of that commodity if the price is even high.
Okay.
In ignorance, consumer may buy more of that commodity at a higher price when they are ignorant of a prevailing price of that commodity in the market. In change in weather,
Samir, can you just switch on your webcam, please?
Yes, sir.
Now explain.
Sir, in change in weather, if the season of winter, so we can't buy the clothes of summer season.
Just explain the previous point which you explained for Audi. Explain it again, please.
Sir, if the price of the Audi is 1 crore rupees and it falls to the price of 1 lakh, so the demand will decrease.
Okay.
And there is a direct relationship between them.
Because there is a point that if the consumer is going to buy these type of commodities like Audi or Mercedes or any such commodity, and if its price falls, then it would not be it would not be any more like एक ऐसा product जो demonstration के लिए use किया जाता था, जो अपने आप को prestigious दिखाने के लिए use किया जाता था. So ultimately there will be decrease in its demand with the even with the decrease in price. So law of demand ke against ho gaya. That's why we say that it is not as per the exception. Okay, moving to the other student, Darshika, you are going to explain me all these exceptions to law of demand. Kindly switch on your webcam and then explain all these points.
सर आज मेरा कैमरा ऑन नहीं हो पा रहा.
अच्छा, क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा?
सर कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, इंटरनेट प्रॉब्लम है, ऑन नहीं हो पा रहा.
Explain me the points.
The first point is status symbol goods. The exception related to certain prestige goods which are used as status symbols, for example, gold, diamonds, etc., are bought due to prestige or the status of the consumer. Second point is fear of shortage. If the consumer expect a shortage or scarcity of a particular commodity in the near future, they would start buying more and more that commodity. And prevailing prices of the commodity.
Darshika, your voice is not clear actually. Voice was breaking. So let me ask from some other student. Vidyanshi, just explain me the points. Exceptions to law of demand.
Yes, sir. So, sir, the first point was status, status and symbol demands. That means the demands which are set it up as a status symbol to other people. For example, just like Sameer told, the Audi car which cost nearly about 1 crore rupees. That is an example of this demand. The second is essential goods. For example, no matter how the price is falling or rising, the demand for essential goods would remain the same. And season and weather. For example, if there is the winter season, the demand of woolen clothes will increase, and the demand of summer clothes, that are cotton clothes, will decrease. And distribution of income is also part of this type. For example, there is a variety of distribution in income. For example, the lower section of the company would get lesser money as their income, whereas the manager of the company would get more income than them. So their demand would differ from each other.
Okay. So after exceptions, I would like to take some other question. And my other question is change in quantity demanded versus change in demand. Change in quantity demanded versus change in demand. That how the change in quantity demanded is different from the change in demand. And even we have some other name as well. No? Movement along a demand curve versus shift in demand curve. So kindly tell me this answer. Siddhi, over to you. Siddhi,
Change
over
in
to you.
change in quantity demanded means that there is a change in demand due to the change in its price. Whereas change in demand means there is a change in demand of a particular commodity due to factors other than price, like taste and preferences of consumer, income of the consumer, etc. In change in quantity demanded, there is a movement along the demand curve, whereas in change in demand um, there is a shift shiftward of demand curve, whether leftwards or rightwards. For example, change in quantity demanded, the example is if demand of a particular commodity, it rises due to the fall in price, then it is change in quantity demanded. Whereas in change in demand, the example is if demand of any particular commodity rises due to change in its other factors like taste and preferences, income of the consumer. So this is change in demand.
Okay, good. Same question, but I would like to ask from some other now. Ajay Bhatia. Ajay Bhatia, switch on your cam, please. Ajay, explain me the same question, that how movement along a demand curve is different from shift in demand curve.
Such
Over to you.
change in quantity demanded means when demand changes due to change in price, and change in demand means when demand changes due to the factors other than price. In change in demand, the price remains constant, and in change in quantity demanded, other factors than price remain constant. And change in quantity demanded, it results in movement along the demand curve, and change in demand, it results in shift in demand curve. The main causes of change in demand are income of a consumer, taste and preferences of a consumer, and price of related goods. And change in quantity demanded, the main factor is change in price.
Fine. Good. So I think it's clear to all what is the difference between change in demand and change in quantity demanded. Okay, my next question is that how increase in price of substitute good is going to affect the demand of the other commodity. How increase in the price of substitute good is going to affect the demand of the other commodity. Dhruv Gupta. But before answering, kindly switch on your webcam. Dhruv Gupta. Dhruv, my question is how change in price of one commodity is going to affect or change in price of substitute is going to affect the demand of the other commodity.
So change in price of one commodity affects the price of substitute commodity, because if the price of a commodity decrease or increase, the demand of the substitute good will also decrease or increase. If we take the example of tea and coffee, if the price of the tea will increase, then the demand of the coffee will also increase, because the people would like to buy coffee, not tea. And if the price of the tea will fall, the demand of the tea will increase.
Okay, fine. So if a question comes to you that there are two types of goods, X and Y, and the price of with the rise in price of X, the demand for Y falls. With the rise in price of X, the demand for Y falls. Question कहता है, how are these two goods related to one another? Lochan. But before that, Lochan, just switch on your webcam. Lochan, are you listening? I said switch on your webcam. Abhay? Abhay, my question is, if two goods are there, X and Y, and if we see that with the increase in price of X, the demand for Y falls, then how are these two goods related to one another?
So if the demand of X increases, price of increases of X, the price of X increases, then demand of X will decrease, and if the price of Y decreases, the demand for Y increases.
My question was, if there are two goods X and Y, with the increase in price, the demand for Y falls. Then tell me, how are these two goods X and Y related to one another? x का प्राइस बढ़ते ही y की डिमांड कम हो जाती है, तो x और y कैसे रिलेटेड है दोनों? कौन से तरह के गुड्स हैं? सब्स्टिट्यूट होंगे वो। थिंक ओवर इट। x का प्राइस बढ़ेगा, y की डिमांड कम हो जाएगी। t का प्राइस बढ़ेगा तो कॉफी की डिमांड कम हो जाएगी। टेल मी। या टी का प्राइस बढ़ता है तो कॉफी की डिमांड जो है वो बढ़ जाती है, तब होते हैं वो सब्स्टिट्यूट। बट यहाँ उसने कहा टी का प्राइस बढ़ा तो कॉफी की डिमांड कम हो रही है। दैट मीन्स द गिवन केस इज कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री गुड्स, जिसका मतलब है कि अगर प्राइस ऑफ पेट्रोल विल राइज देन द डिमांड फॉर कार विल फॉल। नहीं रहे आप अभी ढंग से। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। My next question is, does the increase in income is going to impact the demand of all the goods in same way? Kindly answer. And I want its answer by Vansh Shukla. Vansh Shukla, just switch on your webcam. Vansh Shukla and Vansh Goyal, both of you switch on your webcam. Vansh Shukla and Vansh Goyal. Vansh Goyal, you too. Vansh Shukla, I'm not able to see you. And Vansh Goyal is not switching on his webcam. He might be busy somewhere, right? That means you were not listening. Okay, Ronak Malhotra, switch on your webcam, Ronak. Ronak Malhotra. ये जो वेबकैम ऑन नहीं कर रहे हैं ना मेरे बोलने पे, आप याद रखना, आई एम नोटिसिंग योर नेम. नेक्स्ट क्लास, इन माय नेक्स्ट क्लास you won't be there. Those who are not listening to my instructions. Ronak Malhotra, just switch on your webcam. Not listening. Fine. Aaron Bansal. Aaron Bansal. Aaron, can you listen now? चलो, this question is मेरा जो question था, now that is for Ambika. Ambika, you tell me that does an increase in income is going to affect the goods, all goods in same way?
No, sir, it will affect the inferior goods more, as people with increase in income will buy normal goods, and the decrease in demand of inferior good would happen. Like if there is a increase in income of a consumer, he will buy full cream milk, which is normal to him, and the quantity of the toned milk will decrease.
Okay. That means we can say that it depends on the income of the consumer, that how the good would be affected, and that depends on whether the good is normal or inferior. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think almost all topics we have covered today for the chapter, from the chapter demand, and the rest topics I'll be taking tomorrow. And please learn this chapter thoroughly, because tomorrow also I'll be asking questions from you people only. So learn the chapter thoroughly again and again, and ask and collect your doubts and ask me doubts tomorrow. Okay. So now we'll meet